Hello, hello, hello. This is Emmanuel Lewis, and I'm speaking to all of the wonderful actors and entertainers out there that is inspiring to do your best work. And it's not easy, okay? Let's keep it real. Let's keep it a buck, as we say. It's not easy. There's so many different levels to it, and there's so many different variations of acting. And some want to be comedic, some want to be drama, some want to be, Shakespeare, that kind of vibe, and, romantic comedy, wherever it is that you can see some sunlight, wherever it is that people can see you and just fall in love with your performance. And there's so many different levels in acting itself, beyond the backstory, beyond the stage direction, beyond the memorization of the lines, when you're no longer putting these things together, but you become, the person in that. You're no longer acting, you just become. And you're doing this at a high clip because you have all of this information and all of these abilities and tips to help you put on a great performance. It just takes a lot. It takes full effort. There's no way around it. And it's trying. There's no question about it. It's trying. Some people don't get started until later in life. Some people pop off early. But it is, there's responsibility in that, because you still gotta, keep the bills afloat and, be responsible to your family in whatever capacity that you are. But if you can stay in there, if you can hang out, if you can hang in there and show your gift, show your talent, then you should. And to the folks like Ron Law and King Cobra, a.k.a. Corey Felton, they out there just doing their best to make sure that people get these opportunities. So I'm saying shout out to you guys to helping people find their best self, their best work. And whether you do it in plays and TVs or commercials or film or, wherever you're doing it at. Have as many arsenals and tools in your belt as possible. Maybe it's linguistics. Maybe you can do, different accents. Maybe you can sing and dance as well. Maybe you can tap dance, or maybe you can, you got some comedy lines you can stick in there, whatever. You also are a writer. You're also a director. A lot of times people move better when they have ability to move laterally, and they can get in different ways. I remember the story of Lenny and Squiggy from Happy Days, and I know I'm going way back on you this, but they were writers, but their characters were so convincing that and no one else could pull it off. So they end up being the ones to act out the part that they wrote because no one else could do it. And that's how they got in. They weren't even trying to get in that way, but that's what it was. And there's so many people that's done it that way. They wanted to direct, but they couldn't, so they got in as an actor or stage or this or whatever, and then all of a sudden they get their chance. Hang in there. Hang in there. Stay on your knees. You ain't got to fall far at all, right? And keep praying to God and help to understand your goal, your purpose. Much love. Emmanuel Lewis. Peace.